Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, walhamdulillah rabbil alameen, wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. When I arrived at Zaytuna College 6 years ago, I was trying to make sense of the world around me. I grew up at a time when it was easy to witness the immense challenges of a chaotic world, the dunya, on a global scale, but far more difficult to understand it. My 4 years in the undergraduate program taught me how to diagnose its debilitating impact on individuals, leading me to explore trauma as rooted in the disordering of the soul in my BA thesis. But it was these last 2 years, completing a master's in Islamic law and legal theory, which really helped me understand a possible cure. Through a deep study of some of the greatest scholarly works of the Islamic tradition, from Al-Ghunaymi's Lubab to Al-Ghazali's Iqtisad, I learned to think less like ideologues of today and more like the intellectual giants of the past, to view the world through the lens of the Sharia. The law track of the MA program takes you through a journey, moving from particulars to universals. In the first year, we grounded ourselves in the study of Islamic commercial law alongside Hanafi legal theory with Dr. Fadi Ahin. In the second year, we were introduced to a macroscopic view, seeing how these particulars were part of universal legal maxims, and under the guidance of Sheikh Dalal Ahdab, we were able to see how the Sharia could ultimately be subsumed under 5 universal objectives, the maqasid. I was also blessed to audit the MA theology classes, which bolstered my studies in the law track. Long before the zeitgeist of our modern world began to deconstruct meaning and reality, our scholars were concerned with their protection, beginning with how and what we can know. Far from being subjective, they reinforce the idea that reality is fixed and knowable, and that one can use the tool sciences to begin understanding and interpreting the world. Through these basic first principles, all of the Sharia came alive, since it is from one singular expression of reality to bear witness that there is no God but God, that one's soul begins to understand everything else. Thus, while studying both maqasid and moral philosophy, my classmates and I began to realize that it is through our theological belief in God and His perfection that we understand that what He revealed to us manifests this perfection. By following His rulings and law, training our souls to align with virtue, and seeking that perfection by mirroring His beloved sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we return to our primordial perfection as servants in harmony with God. This process is rooted in the heart, and essential to it is love. This is reflected throughout the cosmos, which operates in unison only through the mercy of God's decree. It is both through Him and to Him, as expressed in a prophetic hadith, and thus the Sharia serves to reorient one to this reality, to become a muwahhid in all things. To deviate from Him, individually or collectively, leads to strife, while to know Him is to love Him, by a love which permeates and unites all of creation. This was exemplified for me when I broadened my study of disorder from the individual to society and focused my MA thesis on the theory and practice of capitalism, where once the centrality of ethics prescribed order in both the individual soul and in the practices of the community, modern economics causes chaos and catastrophe because it decenters the spiritual in favor of material desires. What I understand now is that there is another way. Just as one singular expression of reality can form the basis for harmony in the world, the directives of the Sharia can aim to bring creation back in alignment with this harmonious reality. This means the work of the individual in practicing the Sharia is crucial, as is the work of the community. I leave Zaytuna College knowing that change can come about through one of us, but should be a responsibility for all of us, and that the way forward is a way of return to our primordial recognition of reality and to act based upon it in every facet of life. This is hopeful because it means that our differences, far from being a means of separation, indicate the precious necessity of each individual in crafting a solution. I myself am only a reflection of this, the product of the love and guidance of my parents and family, the gentle wisdom of my teachers, the nurturing friendship of all my fellow students, and the material and spiritual assistance of countless supporters of Zaytuna, most of whom I do not know. I believe in community as I am only here because of it, and no words can suffice to express the immense gratitude I feel for letting me witness it in the most beautiful way. The last 6 years have been the most precious gift from God, the blessings and benefits of which I will reap for years to come. To my cohort and to all the graduates today, may God allow us to use this gift in the most beautiful ways. May He protect and increase this institution and all who support it, and may we see the fruits of this journey in this life and the next. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.